Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making creamy, cheesy white chicken chili. So all of the ingredients you're going to need are garlic powder, cumin powder. It asks for chili powder, but I just now realized I don't have any, so I'm going to use some curry powder and that'll just have to do. Salt, pepper, an entire rotisserie chicken, a package of frozen corn. You can use canned corn too. Oil to saute the vegetables, garlic, sour cream, green chilies, a bell pepper, cheese. You can use any kind of cheese that you want. Onions. It says half of an onion, but I have 2 baby onions, so I'll just use those. You can never have too much onion in my personal opinion. To garnish, green onions, but you can use cilantro too. Green onions are optional. Sour cream, chicken stock. It says use white kidney beans, but I couldn't find any white kidney beans, so I'm using regular light red kidney beans. Black olives to garnish, that's also optional. And then last but not least, some cornstarch to thicken up your chili. Okay, in a large pan over medium heat, heat half your onion, half your bell pepper, and 5 cloves of minced garlic. I have no idea how much that is, so I just kind of guesstimated. And I put a little bit of oil in it too, and wait till that's sauteed. After your stuff gets done sauteing, now you're gonna add the chicken. So I shredded up the chicken. That's an entire rotisserie chicken. Chilies. You need a 7-ounce can of chilies. So I'm assuming you don't drain it, since it's chili, it'll all get sauteed together or mixed together, whatever. Next you're gonna add corn and beans. So, how much corn? 8 ounces of corn. This is 10, so I'm not gonna add the whole thing. Okay. What else? Beans. For beans, you're gonna have a 2 15.5 ounces. Here's 1 can. Here's 2 cans. You need 32 ounces of chicken stock, so this entire thing. It's a good thing I bought a big pot. This pot is brand new. Cumin powder, chili powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper. So for cumin powder, you need a teaspoon. That's cumin powder. 1 teaspoon of curry powder, because I don't have chili powder because I'm dumb and I didn't buy any. And then how much salt and pepper? Oh, it says half a teaspoon. Oops, I put a full teaspoon. Half a teaspoon of salt and 1/8 teaspoon of pepper. We're not gonna measure this, we're just gonna kind of wing it. You know, clearly I don't like following directions. I always like to wing things. Okay, now you're gonna mix all this together and let it simmer. Normally it'll look white if you have white kidney beans, but at this point I really don't care. But yeah, if you want it to be white, you should add white kidney beans. And yeah, let this simmer on medium heat. Let me turn it up to medium. Okay, once this starts simmering, what you're gonna need to do is add the sour cream and cream cheese and mix it together. So half a cup of sour cream, a 4-ounce cream cheese. You're gonna mix that together, and then you're gonna toss together the cornstarch and cheese, which is 1/4 a cup of cornstarch and 2.5 cups of shredded cheese. You can do combinations if you want. And then you add that all to the pot. So let's do that now. Here's my cream cheese and sour cream. I use garden vegetable cream cheese. That's just because it's my favorite. You can use plain. And then continue it simmering on medium heat until it all melts and gets thickened. So wait until the cornstarch mixes with everything, and then serve it with some chips. And I guess once this thickens, I'll see you for the mukbang portion. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, you already know what I'm eating. It's creamy, cheesy, white chicken chili that I made in the beginning of the video. And then I added a little bit more cheese, some sour cream, and some green onions on top. I was gonna add black olives, but I opened up the can and I looked and they were all mashed up, and I was like, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. And then for chips, I have these, salsa verde. You guys recommended these a long time ago and I couldn't find them, but now I found them, so I got them. And then I have the Doritos Flamin' Hot chips. I've tried these before, but not on camera. So I'm super excited. That's all I'm gonna be eating. And then for a drink, I have orange soda. And yeah, I'm super excited. I already opened this up because I had a couple while I was waiting for the chili to cook because it took forever. And before I get started, I want to show you guys my outfit. It's so cute. I got this at Walmart and it like ties at the front and it's like a romper. Isn't it cute? I got it for, it was on sale. It was $8. I think it was originally 10, so it wasn't that much on sale, but I'm like, wow, this is so cute. So if you have a Walmart, go get it. Not sponsored, I'm just saying. Okay, I'm super excited to try this. I have never made chili before. Oh, I'm already breaking a chip before I even started. I've actually never had chili myself. I've never made regular chili or anything. I've always had canned chili. But this is good. It's super spicy. I added sriracha to the top too. I don't know if I said that. I added a bit more cornstarch than it originally had because it wasn't thick enough for me, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Oh, it's still hot. This isn't even all of it. There's still like a giant pot left. So this is great for like a family. If you have a giant family and you're trying to feed like multiple people, this is actually not that expensive. And it's so good. Oh my God, look at me, I'm a chef. You don't even have to be a cook to do this. You just put it all in the pot. This is perfect because I'm craving spicy chips. So look how red these chips are. Yum. I was gonna play the card game today, but I think I just want to chill and eat a little bit. This is good. What's today? Thursday? I hope everyone has a great weekend. I also have a spoon if I want to eat some. You know how torturous it is making this and not trying any until the video? It's really hard. I didn't taste any of it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait till the video for like an honest reaction. And it's so good. It really is. It's so good. I love cooking. I used to not like it, but ever since YouTube, I have loved it. Because when I stopped being vegan, I didn't like cooking anymore for some reason. And I was just into processed foods, but now I'm like really enjoying it. This is so good. Today I thought I would tell you guys about the story of me going to an alternative school because I got a ticket for public intoxication when I was a freshman in high school. Oh my god, that's a story. I don't remember a lot of like the details, but there's some stuff that I do remember. So it was close to the end of the year. And I was with two of my good friends. Well, I thought they were good friends at the time. They're not. We just stopped talking sophomore year. I think it's because of all this that happened, but I'm gonna call them A and B. Although A isn't really too much in the story. She is near the end. B is the one that's mostly in the story. So me, A, and B decided at the beginning of the day of school that we were gonna take Ambien and Tramadol. If you don't know what Ambien is, it's a sleeping pill. And if you don't know what Tramadol is, it's a tranquilizer. It's given to like a bunch of people, but it's also given to animals too sometimes. And so I was the one that brought it, and I brought it in a pill box. It didn't have any prescription name on it. It was empty. Like the pill bottle wasn't empty. I put the pills in it, but like the bottle itself didn't have anyone's name on it. It was just a blank one. So me, A, and B all took the pills. We mixed them, which is never a good idea. Oh my god, do not do this. First of all, I don't take prescription pills anymore. I don't touch any pills. I don't smoke weed. I don't do any of that. I'll occasionally drink. But don't give pills out to friends. Like I could have hurt them or something. So that's just a disclaimer. I think that's a given, but there are some people that are going to be like, oh my god, you're so irresponsible. Isn't everyone freshman year of high school? Anyway, so we take the pills, and I had a Soma as well, so I took a Soma also. If you don't know what a Soma is, it's a muscle relaxer. Don't recommend mixing pills again, not a good idea. I was the only one that took it. And then me and B went to an auditorium meeting. They were having a meeting or something, and then A went to class, so she's gone. So we went inside of this meeting, and the teachers are standing at the door. There's two teachers standing there for kids to come in and out. And the meeting was already going on in the auditorium. Me and B walk inside, and like everyone looks at us, and I'm like, oh my god, I hate it when people stare at me. So I felt like so awkward, and the teachers were standing at the door and they're like, what are you doing here? And we're like, we're sorry that we didn't know that there was a meeting. And they're like, okay, go take a seat. So we went to go sit down. So we sit down, and after about like 10 to 15 minutes, it starts kicking in. And you're not supposed to stay awake on Ambien because there's a lot of bad things that could happen to you. Like, for instance, with me, I started seeing double vision. So I was looking on the stage and everything was doubled. And I lean over to B and I'm like, do you see this? I'm seeing double vision for everything. And she's like, yes. And I was starting to worry because I mixed pills and so did she. So I didn't want us to like die, you know? So after sitting there for like 10 minutes, I told B we should leave. And she's like, okay, but we can't be seen. We have to crawl on the floor. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, but me and her get on our hands and knees and we start crawling out of the auditorium thinking nobody's gonna see us. There's people on the stage, multiple people, and we're over here crawling out. There's teachers by the door standing there and they stop us and they're like, what are you doing? Why are you crawling on the floor? And me and B are like, oh, we thought that we had this meeting, but we really have lunch. We're sorry. I don't know how, but the teachers let us go. I have no idea how. That would have been suspicious to me, crawling on the ground. But they let us go and we went to her lunch period. I was supposed to be in Spanish class, by the way. It was her lunch period. So we go to lunch and it's like maybe 20 minutes have passed. And I start feeling really nauseous. So I tell B, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling sick. Let's walk around. And she's like, oh, okay. She is also feeling the effects, but she's not sick like me. And mind you, I had drank, funny story, I drank an orange soda with the pills, which probably upset my stomach. So I walk outside of the cafeteria, she's behind me, and there's this big gray circle trash can. And I make a run for it and I start projectile vomiting in the trash can because I was so sick. And it's probably because I mixed pills too. This is so good. So I'm puking in the trash can. Everyone starts like gathering around me because obviously I look suspicious. I'm the one that's puking in the middle of the hallway inside of a trash can, and people are like, what's going on? I'm sure that was the first morning that I'm sure some teachers saw me and they're like, this girl's not right. And so after I'm done puking, maybe it took like a minute or two, and me and B like get away from everyone because then we're looking suspicious. So we walk toward my Spanish class and me and B are standing in front of it. I'm like, I have to go inside. My teacher's gonna get angry with me. So I open up the door, I go inside and my teacher's in the middle of teaching and she's like, where have you been? And I don't remember what I said. I honestly don't remember what I said. I think maybe I was in a meeting and I didn't think we were supposed to be in the auditorium. My teacher let me sit down and I keep taking notes and B leaves. Not even like 5 minutes later, I remember going to ask to use the restroom and she's like, you were just out there in the hallway. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't use the restroom though. And the teacher let me go. So I grabbed the hall pass and B's still out there talking to other people. And she's like, what, you're back out again? And I'm like, yeah. So I hang out with her like maybe for 10 minutes and I go back inside. Of the classroom, and class is almost over. I think I was only there for like 10 to 15 more minutes. And then class lets up and I go to my next period. My next period was social studies. I remember this like freaking yesterday. This was petrifying for me. So we're inside of social studies and I'm just taking notes or whatever. We're reading out of the book. there's a cop that literally comes inside of the door and he's like asking for me for the teacher, and I immediately knew. It's like, you know how you're paranoid? I was 100% paranoid. So he grabs me, escorts me to the office where B is there and A is there. So me, A, and B are sitting there, and they said, do you know why you're here? And I'm like, no, because you got to play it off, you know? And they said, well, B got caught smoking cigarettes in PE. This chick ratted on me and A because she got caught smoking cigarettes. So she ratted on us because they found a pill bottle, an empty one, in her backpack. And obviously she's like, this is not my pill bottle, it's Lexi's. So I got in trouble for that. This is so good. I don't remember what happens after that, but I know my mom shows up with her boyfriend, her abusive boyfriend. I literally hate him so much. Obviously, she's not dating him anymore. This was like when I was in high school. He's angry, which I don't know why, because I'm not his kid. Obviously my mom has a right to be angry with me, and they tell me, they write me a public intoxication ticket, the officer does, me, A, and B, and we all have to do community service because we all plead no contest. Community service was actually really fun, and we did it at a library, and we also got sent to an alternative school, so we got suspended from my high school. And we had to spend the rest of the year in the alternative school, where you have to wear a white shirt tucked into jeans with a belt. You always have to wear a belt. You have to take off your shoes and go through a metal detector. This is where all the bad kids go for like drugs and stuff. I love licking the powder off my fingers. And I actually have some really fun stories about being at that alternative school. The teachers were like, they literally did not care about the students. And lunch was kind of fun. Everyone was rebellious there, so no one was ever quiet the whole time. Like, you weren't supposed to talk during lunch, but everyone did anyway. In my next video, I'll have to tell you some stories about being there. But anyway, I ended up getting out at the end of there. I like graduated or whatever, and I got to go back to a regular school. And then the next year, A and B didn't talk to me at all. They actually pretended like I did not, like I wasn't alive. You know, people that just like look at you, but they don't really talk to you, and they act like they don't know you. That's exactly what they did to me. And that began my terrible high school years. Ever since then, I couldn't make friends again, and I would eat lunch in the bathroom. And I know a lot of people think that's gross, but like, imagine going into a lunchroom and sitting in the middle of a cafeteria where people are like at tables together, and you're the only one at one table. It's mortifying when you're younger. So I would rather eat in the bathroom and just stand up and eat my food than go to a cafeteria and sit at a giant round table where nobody's sitting with me. So that's why. I ended up moving at the beginning of sophomore year because I hated being there so much. And I had moved in with my mom's boyfriend. This was very beginning of sophomore year, and I ended up going to the school that was near his house. That school was even worse for me than my last school, and then I ended up going back to my regular school, the one that I went to freshman year. I ended up graduating from there senior year because I hated the new school that I went to more than the other school. But I just had a rough time, and I was really depressed. And that's when I started running, because running made me super happy. And I would run every day. I would even sometimes skip my last period just to go home and change and go running. If anyone's going through a rough time in high school, if you're in high school right now and you feel like it's never gonna end, trust me, it's gonna end, and you'll never talk to any of those people ever again. It'll get easier. Just like keep going, keep hanging on. I missed a lot of school to the point that I had to go on the weekends to make up hours because that's how much I hated being in class. But now I can look back on it, and I graduated in 2013, and I'm so happy I never have to go back. If this gives you like a picture, senior year when everyone was graduating, we were at the giant like Coliseum to like graduate. I didn't talk to anyone the entire, I think it was 4 hours that I was there. Not one person talked to me. I just sat there by myself. My mom wasn't near me or anything, because you know you have to stay behind and your parents have to go sit down. I was standing by myself for like 4 hours, sitting there. I got my diploma, and then I got the F out of there. And that was the best day of my entire life. I never went to prom. I went to one homecoming where the guy who I was dating him at the time, he dumped me the very next day. I just had a bad high school experience, and I'm so happy. I don't regret not going to prom. I had literally no friends, so what's the point of me spending hundreds of dollars on my hair and makeup and an outfit to go by myself? You know what I mean? This is so good. I literally recommend this. I'm so happy to have extras. This is so good. Today's the 6th, so my birthday's in 8 days. I'm super excited to hang out with my mom. That's literally what I'm looking forward to. Just seeing my mom and cooking with her. My mom's a really good cook. I kind of wish these kidney beans were white so it would blend in with the chili, but you gotta use what you got. I was reading a comment and someone said, "You look like you're 13. Disgusting." And I'm like, what? How is being 13 disgusting? And plus, I'm not 13, I'm 25 almost, so I just thought that was funny. They put disgusting. I remember being 13. I was at my awkward stage, at my ugly stage. Everyone has an ugly stage. And if you think your kids are literally God's gift to this earth, everyone has their ugly stage. Trust me. I thought I was the shit when I was 13, but I was hideous. Nobody told me. My mom's like, "You're gorgeous." But my mom was probably thinking, she's a hot mess. My poor dog, he really wants some of this. When I was cooking it, he was sitting right next to me looking up at me, and I said, "Nope, can't have any. If I give you beans, you're gonna fart." Yummy. This will be good with jalapenos if you have any. I didn't have any. I thought I had some too. I was going to add some to the top of it, but I didn't have any. You guys won't believe this. When I was leaving today to go to Walmart to pick up the ingredients for this, I go to put on my shoe and there is a freaking beetle in my shoe. I felt something moving, and so I kick my shoe off. Like, I literally kick it up. It goes flying across the room. It hits the wall, and it scared the crap out of my dog. He did like this because I have hardwood floor, and he ran into his little kennel, and he was scared, and I'm like, sorry. But the beetle comes crawling out of my shoe, and then I like, man, I'm not afraid of bugs anymore. I'll kill any bug. Call me Billy the Exterminator, because I'm killing all of these bitches. So yeah, needless to say, I'm going to check my shoes all the time now, because this happened when I was younger too. I found a cockroach in my shoe one time when I was little, and that traumatized me. I remember for years after that, I would always check my shoes because I was so afraid that there was a cockroach in it. And the one time I was thinking, isn't that funny if there would be like a cockroach in my shoe, and I find a beetle. It's always the one time you don't check is when something's in there. I thought about eating cornbread with this, but I left Walmart without getting some stuff to make it. So unfortunately, it was just chips. Sorry if I'm talking too much. I apologize. I just started running again yesterday, so that was fun. And then probably when this food settles, I'm gonna go for a run again. I really want to start working out again. Not to lose weight or anything, but just to be healthy. It's good for your joints. If I had to choose which chips I like better, I like these better. These are good, but they're not my favorite. I'm not a huge fan of Doritos. I do like them from time to time, but they're not my chip of choice. If I were to choose a chip, it would definitely be Sun Chips. I wish more mukbangers would make homemade food. I really love following recipes. I watched Mukbang Monday. If you guys don't watch them, it's Chantal and B Mars. Chantal is vegan and B Mars isn't, but every time they make food, if they're together, it's always vegan, and they made these vegan enchiladas, and I really want to try them. But I seriously love their channel. I'm gonna link them down below, and if you guys want to watch them, you should. All the food looks good regardless if you're vegan or not. So yeah, I definitely want to make the enchiladas. I think my next video after my lasagna video with my mom, I think I'm going to make Philly cheesesteaks. Because I've never made them before. And I've never had them. And they look super good. I'm going to add some cheese whiz on them. I stopped recording. I don't know where it stopped, but I was saying that when I get chips, I reach to the back just to make sure they're not crushed, and both of these chip bags are crushed, so. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work out, but I'm very weird about doing that because I always feel like the front chips, they've been dropped or something by people. This napkin is destroyed. Orange soda is so good. I know I should not be drinking orange soda. I said I was going to stop drinking soda, but I passed the orange soda and I'm like, I gotta have it. Whew. I'm gonna have maybe one more bite and then I'm done. I'm actually really full. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. It's gonna be kind of a longer video, I think, because it took me a while to make this in the beginning. But if you like it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and comment what you want me to make on my next video. Although I said I'm gonna make Philly cheesesteaks, I'm always open for suggestions. Someone actually suggested this and I forgot that I had saved this in my computer, so this is a suggestion. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.